And we're live.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Extra Tuesday. This is your Morning Geek Commute, where we go to work and we geek out while we go to work.
Which we do anyway. We video it.
This is just kind of a look inside of our lives, guys. Not quite a vlog, just a look inside of this is really who we are on a regular basis.
This is kind of the stuff we talk about on the ride to work.
That being said, next week's episode is going to be a little different. We won't have a Morning Geek Commute, but we'll have an interview with a guy named Andrew Rowland of XP Comics, who some of you guys might have read the article that we posted up last week about Andrew. So come on.
It's really good.
Word?
We have a writer.
We have a writer.
Okay, so share the fun story we discovered this morning, and then we'll go over all that.
So the fun story this morning,
What are you doing?
I'm going to share out the episode, or the videos right now.
You took away my notes.
So the thing that we were talking about is, I'm not going to do it now, because we're driving now.
And it's a green light.
Yep. So anyways, the fun thing we're going to talk about is this. On Twitter, there's a highlight story about a guy named Andrew Breedis, and I hope I'm not saying your name wrong, man.
We apologize if we are.
But as a kid, he's my age, back in 1993, so he's probably about 7 or 8 years old. Jurassic Park came out, and he was kind of like, he just didn't like doing new things, and his mom was desperately trying to get involved in anything. She tried to get him into acting. He's like, well, then Jurassic Park came out, and he's watched it, and he's like, I could do that. I could have been that kid. And he spent all summer long crying and complaining about the fact that he wasn't the one in Jurassic Park. So finally his mom was fed up.
Like moms get.
Like she gets. She's like, oh yeah? We'll do something about it. And so she went out, got on the operator, because this is 93, we don't have Google. Said, I need a number for Hollywood. And she got Steven Spielberg's production company's address.
Yes. I was about to say, I don't think they would have given the phone number out. Although maybe, 93 was a very different time.
So the kid writes a letter to Spielberg by hand, writes a letter out to him, and it just says that he wants to be in those kind of movies and how he think it'd be great. So the company responded back to him, not Spielberg. And I
like to think it was Spielberg.
They're like, hey, thanks so much for writing to Mr. Spielberg. We always appreciate receiving letters from his fans. And then they explain, look, casting actors, they are casting agents bring in actors, and so there's a process, and so we want to encourage you, if you want to get into this, you need to get into acting, you need to find an agent. So that started his career path off.
So he did.
And so he hasn't been in a lot of stuff yet necessarily, but he's been like not big stuff, like stuff you find on IMDb. But he was a writer for Saturday Night Live, and in his tweets he says that he one of his biggest things the coolest things for him was that his name was in the credits for that episode of Saturday Night Live, but also Steven Spielberg was in the audience. Oh,
that's cool. You didn't tell me that part.
Yeah, I know. So it's just kind of like one of those things, like, if you want something bad enough, go out and work and earn it. Get into it. Now, again, he wasn't in the Jurassic Park films, but he is now doing something he's passionate about. And thank you to his mom for telling him to get out there and did it.
Suck it up and do it. That's what she said. Okay, so first actual news, which we're going to have to blow through these three pretty quickly because that story took a little longer than we thought. Big Hero 6 has a new cartoon that just aired Saturday for the first time, and it's done by the same people who did Kim Possible.
So
Kim Possible was awesome.
We're going to have to go back and watch it.
Yeah,
while we have YouTube TV.
While we have YouTube TV, because we're not paying for it. Hello, cars. But yeah, while we have YouTube TV, we're gonna have to go back and watch it and see what it's like, because I loved Kim Possible. Like, it came out when I was older than I should have been to be watching Kim Possible. But I had a friend who had cable, and so we would watch it, and like Kim Possible, Ron Stopple, and the Naked Mole Rat were our friends.
There you go.
So I doubt the Naked Mole Rat's gonna make an appearance in Big Hero 6. But I'm excited because it was always really well written.
I'm excited because I like Big Hero 6.
Well, yeah, there's that too. I didn't like the comics though.
They were different. They were definitely
very different. Okay, so you want to do the next one?
I can't read it, so you announce it and then we'll talk about it.
Okay. So, E3 was this weekend. Is this weekend? Is it still going on?
It's still going on.
It's still going on.
Last night there was the Sony event.
Okay, so we're not big gamers, so I don't know these things. Sorry guys, you just got a really up close of my face. But there was a game announced that Dallas is pretty excited about, and I think it'll be pretty cool too. It is called Jump Force.
Yeah.
And it is done by the same people who do Shonen Jump, so it is going to have Naruto, One Piece, and Dragon Ball. I feel like I mispronounced Naruto.
It's alright.
The first time. I apologize. I do know how it's said.
But what's interesting though is at the end of the trailer, you had Light Yagami from and Ryuk show up. And you're like, how does this work? So right now it's just like a really epic trailer. Nobody really knows how it's gonna be, what the fighting is gonna be like, or engine or what.
So theory, if there's a story, then the storyline is that Light is manipulating all of these characters to fight against each other for grins, and Ryuk is just eating apples.
That's a very good story.
It just popped into my head, so we're going with it. This is my theory as to. Sorry, I had to readjust, guys. My theory as to what is happening with.
I'm impressed with that theory, my dear.
It fits though.
It fits very well.
Like that is something.
Pops up at the end, just like so.
Like that fits, and so I bet what it is instead of like you losing and dying, like when you lose, Light writes your name in the death note.
Hey, Shonen Jump, hire this lady right now because she has a game plan. Somebody's watching us.
Hey!
Hi, viewer.
They probably came on when the car jerked and the camera went into my face. I'm so sorry.
So, yeah, I'm actually excited about the game. Also, apparently the open world stuff for the new Spider-Man game looks really good.
It does. It kind of looks like the Arkham stuff.
A little bit. It really does. Battle into this.
So with a little more sass because it's Spider-Man. I appreciate that it's on the raft, so which is cool. Okay, so last but not least, if you are into the audio dramas for Doctor Who, they are doing a spin-off finally for The Doctor's Daughter.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't remember, don't know, haven't gotten there, at one point during Tennant's run, he runs into someone and they clone him and use his DNA to make a soldier, and it's a girl, and she is Georgia Moffat. Yeah. Which we'll explain that in here in a minute. Yes. And so at the end of the movie, she goes off and explores, and they've always left that open, so there's always been this option of having more story with her, because she was a great character. Like, fans have loved her for years, even though one episode.
It was one of those cult classic characters that just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah. So, funny story. Georgia Moffat is the daughter of one of the earlier doctors. I can't remember his name. I don't remember which one he was. But she is a daughter of a doctor. So then...
He was the 5th Doctor.
The 5th Doctor. I think you're right. The one with the curly hair and the celery, I believe.
Yes.
So then...
Not the one that looked like a clown.
No. So then... Well, they all kind of look like clowns. But then, she and David Tennant got together, got married, and had a baby girl. So the Doctor's daughter had the Doctor's daughter.
And it got weird.
Inception! No, what was weird is that one of the Doctor Who panels, somebody asked the original, like the 5th Doctor, what's the best thing a fan's ever given you? And someone shouts out, a granddaughter! That was, because David Tennant was a huge Doctor Who fan. Right. So is a huge Doctor Who fan. So it's fun. I'm glad that I'm hoping they're actually going to use her for the voice, because I loved Georgia Moffat. She was a great actress. She was awesome in that episode.
I had an opportunity to hear some of the stuff when we had Spotify shortly.
Yes.
And it's really, the drama's really, really good.
It is, but I can't listen to them while I'm doing things at work because they stress me out. Work stresses me out, and then
there you go.
And then the audio drama stress me out because there's so much going on. Okay.
Well, guys, we're here. We're time for us to kill this sucker. Yay. Make sure you check out all of our social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just look for Geek Devotions. Also check out our website. Posting up some interesting looking blogs lately, and just different articles that we have going up on the website as of late. And yeah, don't forget next Tuesday we're gonna have something special.
So you won't see us in the morning.
Nope.
Aww.
So and also, go on. You can do it. I believe in you. Go.
Just go.
Just go. But also, check out this Friday's episode of Geek Devotions. Celeste, that I'm doing actually.
You're doing.
Check out Celeste's episode that came out this past Friday. It was really good. So yeah, that's all we got, guys. We love you. Appreciate you. Stay devoted.